Well, the White House has now hit back in a sharp exchange between the Chief Justice of the United States and the Commander-in-Chief. President Obama criticized a Supreme Court ruling during the State of the Union. Remember that awkward moment where the justices were sitting right there and President Obama unleashed on them? And, you know, they're sitting there and Alito said no and on it went. Well, now the Chief Justice, John Roberts, has responded. These guys don't speak out very often, and finally we did hear him say something about it, criticizing what he calls the political pep rally tone of the State of the Union address. Molly Hanneberg live in Washington with the details. Molly, this is so unusual to hear this sort of a dust-up between the Chief Justice and the President of the United States.
Right, and the Chief Justice told law students at the University of Alabama, Megan, that the State of the Union address has, quote, degenerated into a political pep rally, and he's not sure why the 9 Supreme Court justices are there. Here's more on that.
The image of having the members of one branch of government standing up, literally surrounding the Supreme Court, cheering and hollering, while the court, according to the requirements of protocol, has to sit there expressionless, I think is very troubling.
Another justice, Antonin Scalia, has said that he no longer goes to the State of the Union speech because the justices, quote, just sit there like bumps on a log.
Yeah,
Megan?
Exactly. That's what they're supposed to do. They're not really supposed to react, and that's why Alito got into trouble, or at least got criticized. Just set it up for us, for those who don't remember. What did the president say in the State of the Union, and then what was the reaction?
Right. President Obama took the unusual step of publicly criticizing the court and its decision in January, allowing corporations and unions to spend their money freely on political ads for or against candidates. The president said this decision, quote, opened the floodgates for special interests. At the time, Justice Alito seemed to mouth the words "not true" in response. The Chief Justice, though, says he believes that anyone can take issue with a decision of the court. He says, I have no problem with that, but he suggested it may not be the time for the justices to just sit there and not be able to say anything.
All right, Molly Hanneberg, thank you. It's so interesting because, you know, Chief Justice Roberts came out and basically said, okay, yeah, go ahead and criticize, as Molly was saying. But in this particular setting where we're sitting there, we're not allowed to respond. It's, you know, we're surrounded by members of both parties. And so he was calling out President Obama